Hi, Virgs. Welcome to Soul Sick Tarot. My name is Christina. I'm doing your general read for the upcoming week of January. I hope that y'all are doing well. The siren. You should congratulate me right now. I just want to tell you that. I'm so excited. It's like I'm going to be living Mad Men again. Anyways, I'm excited. I thought you'd appreciate that. Okay. We have the siren, the gem, the prayer, the unseen, the one, and Kairos. I mean, okay, so the siren, and it's that hearing the call. You can't ignore the call of the siren even if you want to. I mean, unless you tie your hands to the mast, in which case, you totally can. But I mean, otherwise, it's just that idea, like, you can't ignore something. And then you have the prayer, which is, the idea of manifestation, which I feel like has been a really big theme in a lot of your reads. So there's that. Trying to think about it a little bit. I mean, because you've got Kairos with the gem, and I kind of feel like I don't remember what read it was at what point in time, but it was that idea that you devalued someone and you picked them up and you put them back on the shelf, and then somehow they became more valuable because they became even more unique or whatever. And I feel like that's kind of this idea of you watching kind of like the stock market almost, but not the stock market, just this person increasing in value. And the unseen in the one. And I feel like the idea here is, I mean, the unseen is having a dream, or seeing an apparition, or this experience that you have. It's just kind of like this otherworldly experience. I want to say, just in manifesting someone that you literally couldn't turn your eye off of. I'm sorry. This is why I'm do I even do the Virgo read? But why not, But also, I'm reading the cards. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, I mean, that's the idea here. Basically, this idea that you've manifested something that again, I think it was that idea of this misguided idea of what manifestation was. And if I'm going to manifest something that I want, then I'm going to, take this checklist, and I'm going to say this, and this. And you weren't even really taking yourself into consideration, I want to say, in your person. It was more of this, exterior list of elements and qualities that you wanted. And then you have this person who you're, I think, unintentionally manifesting with I almost feel like this is you, you didn't even recognize your own strength, or your own a lack of spiritual awareness, almost, I want to say. And in that lack of spiritual awareness, that you are, in fact, more than just your body. I mean, not that you didn't know that, but, sometimes it's just a discovery of self, continual process. It's almost like this discovery of your ability to manifest. And in doing so, I think just literally not being able to turn away from something that you didn't recognize its value. You didn't recognize your power in and being able to call someone into you. Maybe you're the siren in this. Maybe this is you, you know? But that's the idea here. That's what we got going on here. Let's see. What else can we get from my Virgo? I didn't get any more cards. One more time. The Nine of Cups. The Two of Cups. I don't know what that one is yet. And the Knight of Cups. Lots of cups. You know, it's that idea of wanting to, move forward in a positive manner. The idea is just kind of like leaving behind the negativity. There's like nothing negative in the archetype cards though. There's like, I feel no negative energy present in this at all. And I feel like that's it's because like there's no negativity present, you know. It's just that idea that, you know, you're just wanting to move forward. And the Knight of Cups, this is my message card. You know, to move to a place of intimacy, in relationship with someone who you find significant. I don't know if you understand how uncomfortable this makes me. Okay, let's see what else we can get here. Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is just kind of like looking back over everything. Okay, let's see. Okay, the Six of Cups is just looking back over everything. This kind of plays in line with the Nine of Cups in this deck. You know, just that idea of like remembering everything and looking back at everything that was. And you have the Death card that popped out as well. But I feel like with everything else that's going on, it's just kind of like that idea of looking back over the end of it all. And fondly, I feel like there's just this idea of like reminiscing on like how the story's played out, you know. It's just like, and I want to say like recognizing that it's something that you've held on to, something that you haven't been able to let go of, because you're wanting to, you know, like, the idea behind this card is, you know, the Ten of Wands in this deck is the Phoenix rising, and here he's holding it to him so that the Phoenix can, you know, like fuse with him and like transform him, like transmute him and transform. And that's that idea, like you've just been holding on to this. And the Four of Wands is just like this idea of coming together and working on something. Collaborating. It's like a card of collaboration. And I feel like in this context, it's the idea of collaborating on moving forward toward intimacy. I want to say even creating value. And you have the Star card, and I think that it's kind of that idea of like you're ready to explore this illuminated version of something magical. I mean, the star card is like being the star of your own show, which seems kind of fitting, you know. But like you being the center of attention, you being the person who, you know, like takes the stage almost, and like stepping out into a newness of self and an illumination of self, and something that I think just it I don't know, it seems positive. Seven of Swords. It's that idea of like, okay. Okay, I guess. You know, like coming back to life, of feeling like, you know, you're like, I'm not quite dead yet. Not quite dead yet. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. But it's kind of that idea of like, it's not really, I think you're just kind of like, I haven't let go of this. I mean, honestly, it's like the message that I'm getting from all of this is that idea of like, I haven't let go. I'm holding on to this. You know, I'm not ready to let it go. In fact, I'm ready to just kind of like rise up from this. Untie my hands from the mast. Move toward a relationship. Let's see what else we can get here. Five of Wands. I mean, that's the idea of like parting ways, like going your separate ways. Knight of Swords. I mean, I feel like just keeping in line with everything, the Five of Swords is, you know, like going your separate way. I mean, you know, you have death and separation, and then, you know, like hearing the call. I mean, the Knight is, I think it's the Seven of Swords in this deck, that it's like he knows that there's something that's going to be calling for him, and then the Knight of Swords is the idea that like he hears the call, like he's setting off towards this, bringing this message. I want to say no longer. I mean, these are like the only two cards that have popped out that have like carry any kind of like negative connotation. So I mean, I feel like really and truly like that's what you're wanting to move away from. Let's see if we can get anything else. The forest in the village. Fucking village, yo. I mean, it's definitely just the idea of like walking away from one arena of life and into something completely different. I mean, you know, the village, and you know, is you cap out. You can't, you know, they won't let you get any bigger than what you are within the context of what they want you to be. And so, you know, I feel like you're kind of like moving away from this environment into, you know, something that's new. It's an uncharted territory. Let's see what else we can get. Star card again. And the Page of Wands. Messages. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Page of Wands, I mean, like, the Knight of Cups is, like, actually, like, moving toward taking the message, whereas the Page of Wands is more of, like, a DM, you know, like, just reading cards. Hence everything uncomfortable. But, like, this message, you know, I kind of feel like, okay, so you have the Star here twice, and I really feel like the gem and the Star, I mean, it's kind of that idea of like like something that's shining, something that's, you know, like that's drawing your attention, like the North Star is kind of like what I'm thinking. And like it's like this guiding, like it's guiding you in this direction. It's guiding you in this, I mean, shit. But you know what I'm saying, you get it. You know, but that's kind of like where I think you're finding this value in a way, is almost this like this call that you can't ignore. You know, like you try and put it down, and you can't. Like it's already started to fuse with you a little bit. And I want to say that the idea of this whatever, when you were in the village, left you feeling very under attack. You know, like I think all of this carried a very negative connotation in your life. So maybe you were just like, you were running your mouth and then didn't want to look like an ass. But now I think that you're like moving out of the village and away from like feeling under attack for it, possibly. You know, you're moving into like this new realm, this new territory, and you're feeling just like super protective of it, and I don't know, defensive is the word that I want to say, but like that's kind of popping into my head. So maybe you're feeling a little defensive about it. I don't know. But there you have it. That's your read. I hope you're doing okay. Okay, that's all. Bye.